Hey guys, and welcome back to Premier League Player of the Week episode 5. The high score lines continued this week in the Premier League, with many teams winning their matches after scoring 3 or 4 times each, giving fans another exciting weekend. With that, of course, came many options for Player of the Week, and as before, a certain standard was set that these 4 players met. The first to talk about is actually the one who was lucky to come under contention this week, considering his goals weren't as good as the company he is in. While Sanchez's contribution did add to Arsenal's dominating 4-1 win away at Hull, his finishes did come more from just being in the right place at the right time, although there is an argument that is exactly what makes a good attacker. Normally I would agree until you find out that his first came off a deflection from Iwobi's shot and that he missed a penalty. Sanchez is a formidable forward, but he was lucky to get on the score sheet twice this match. Iwobi had a powerful shot towards goal after the keeper failed to push the ball away far enough from a previous shot. Sanchez was turning as the ball came towards him, either to get out of the way or try and guide it in himself, but either way he got the slightest of touches on the ball, and with both players celebrating, it finally went down as Sanchez's goal. A little harsh on his teammate. Sanchez then done his performance some harm after he could have scored his second much earlier, potentially giving him a hat-trick this game. After Walcott pulled the ball back for Coquelin's shot, Livermore blocked the ball movement with his hand, practically saving the shot himself, and it was a very wide arm, so whether it's completely intentional or because he was starting to slide tackle, it was definitely handball. The ref saw fit not only to award a penalty, but to send the whole player off as well. Sanchez stepped up to take the penalty rather than Cazorla, who is currently 2 for 2 from the spot, and with a non-convincing run and a bad shot, the penalty was saved. His second goal showed more of the class he is capable of. After Walcott's shot was saved, he ran onto the ball, taking a touch to sidestep an incoming tackle, and then rocketing the shot into the top corner to beat the keeper who was still off his line and the 2 defenders covering it. It wasn't the greatest performance from him in terms of how he scored, but the fact that he was there to score still earns him a place this week. New Leicester signing Slimani had a strong debut performance after he too netted twice in the Foxes' 3-0 win over Burnley at the King Power Stadium. He had 2 really close chances before his first, and they certainly gave him the confidence to put the champions 1-0 up. After Leicester were awarded a free kick on the left-hand side of goal, the ball was curled in brilliantly near the 6-yard box, and Slimani showed the most determination to get on the end of it to fire the shot past Heaton. His second was a more simple header thanks to the unbelievable skill of both Mahrez and Vardy. After Mahrez picked up the ball on the right hand side and surged towards the goal, he beat me with ease, crossing the ball low. Vardy ran onto the ball, and whether he meant it or not, he flicked the ball up with the back of his foot after overrunning into the box, but the elevation was perfect for Slimani to once again nod the finish home from 5 yards. It was close to Heaton, but there was nothing he could do about it, and while Slimani might be a record transfer for Leicester, he is more than justifying it with these 2 debut goals. De Bruyne made another loud shout to be considered for Player of the Week this week after a very powerful team display much like the previous week. While he is only credited with a goal and an assist, it could have easily been 3 assists when Manchester City continued their unbeaten run, beating Bournemouth 4-0. De Bruyne's goal was just simply brilliant. After Wilshere had fouled Silva on the edge of the box, the Belgian stood over the ball with only one thing in mind: to shoot. However, what no one expected was that he shot the ball under the wall, who understandably jumped, but they of course blindsided Boric, and the ball found the bottom corner in amazing fashion. I said that De Bruyne deserved more assists, and that was only because of Sterling and Iheanacho's selflessness that he didn't get them. Both of the former's goals came from counter-attacks, with De Bruyne leading the charge. He first put Sterling through with a superb pass, but he squared the ball to Iheanacho for an easy tap-in. Just minutes later, the exact same thing happened again, with Iheanacho repaying the favour. It was class team football from City, and it came again when De Bruyne finally got an assist. After some good ball movement, the Belgian slotted a quality ball through the Bournemouth defence, picking out Gundogan's run with such precision that all he had to do was place the finish home. It was very satisfying display from City, and De Bruyne was once again the head of the movements, making himself involved in all 4 of the goals. Chadli also played extremely well over the weekend, scoring twice but also assisting twice when West Brom handed West Ham another devastating loss, beating them 4-2. After Masuaku handled the ball in his own penalty area from a West Brom cross, it gave Chadli his first chance of the game from the spot, which he neatly tucked into the bottom left corner after fooling Adrian into diving the other way. His first assist was a simple layoff after West Brom caught the Hammers on the counter-attack, and when they couldn't get the ball clear, his pass just left one thing for Rondon to do, and he found the target brilliantly. His second assist could have easily been his own goal after he shot from just inside the box when the ball came out from a corner. It was a good strike, and there was no telling if it would have beat Adrian, as McLean got a touch to the ball to steer it past him first, taking credit for the goal as well. Chadli's second goal was a tap-in, but it still required a lot of composure. After West Ham were awarded a corner after a lot of commotion in the box, they took it too quick, trying to catch West Brom off guard. What they did do was leave themselves unprepared, as an intercepted pass and another to Rondon launched the home side on the counter. No one could catch up to them, and Chadli kept pace to ensure the passing option was there, which Rondon took to guarantee the goal. With the defenders bearing down on him, he had an open net with the keeper left in no man's land, and he didn't fail to find the target. So for me this week, it came down to Chadli and De Bruyne after both of them contributed everything to the match and every goal their team scored. While De Bruyne's performance is more expected, he is still going to be my player of the week, as the execution of all the passes and his quality free kick showed why he's one of the best players in the world. Spearheading all of the attacks, he was the biggest influence in City's win and the best player this week. Who gets your pick for game week 5? Leave your own selections and reasons in the comments below and on Twitter using the hashtag PLPW. I hope you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more, but for now, that's your sporting lot.